up is safety Darrian Lewis. Greg, first question.
Darrian, so game under your belt now in this system. You've played a lot of college football, but did you feel comfortable with the new scheme? How did you think you did overall?
Yeah, so the first game, I felt it was, first off, the experience was crazy, you know what I mean? I didn't play it in big times, you know what I mean? But the crowd was always against me, technically, being the Akron U. So having the Mountaineer fans and stuff like that with me made the first experience really, really enjoyable. The system and the scheme, I felt really comfortable with, you know what I mean? Throughout the summer and fall camp, being with Coach Alley and Coach Franklin and just my teammates, you know what I mean, building this close relationship and things like that. I feel like we really didn't broke down this. We got a really good scheme, so we just started to break it down really good. And I thought the first game, you know what I mean, a few errors, of course, but things, you know what I mean, little things we could pick up and fix.
A lot of changes for you, this scheme from what you were used to, or did it carry over pretty well?
Pretty well. It carried both of them, you know what I mean, like been in the NFL, like both defensive coordinators, so I feel like, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll say like it wasn't too big of a change. The position was a different change, of course, you know what I mean? So now I came from the field to boundary safety was, you know what I mean, probably the biggest change. But at Akron U, I played a little bit everywhere, so you know, it wasn't too much. I just got to stay at one spot, which was something I enjoyed.
How do you evaluate the secondary, even the overall defense? Because you faced a team that was struggling themselves offensively, even though you put up numbers and stop them. So how do you kind of evaluate that we did this, but?
Yeah, so we just look at it as like all the details in it, like were you aligned right, like whether you made the play or not, that stuff is, you know what I mean, is going to hurt you down the road if you wasn't in the right spot or, you know what I mean, lined up perfectly correctly, you know what I mean, like you can get away with it sometimes, but details is the biggest thing that we paid attention to out of that game, and you know what I mean, because like our D-line handled it pretty well, linebackers handled it pretty well, so as a secondary, we just want to make sure like we could protect and cover as much as we can.
I guess the test is this weekend at the details, because this quarterback will expose you if you don't take care of the details, right?
That's absolutely true. This quarterback, he will beat you with his arm and his legs. He's a really good runner for sure, but you know what I mean, once he starts to move and stuff, he can really throw the ball really, really well. So we got to, you know what I mean, be in our details and really sound.
Anybody similar that you faced in your career you can think of that has the ability to get out of the pocket and make a lot of plays?
Well, I didn't actually play him last year. I didn't play this quarterback, so yeah, I know I didn't play him. We play our defense. We didn't play really well. I can't even say we did. You know what I mean? That's our last year. We played them a couple times, but they actually got you know what I mean, the upper hand on us last time I played them. So
You're very aware of Parker.
yes, I'm very aware of his skills.
You all didn't get a chance to beat them when you were at Akron,
I
right?
absolutely did not get a chance to beat them at all. So this is a game that I'm excited for sure. I can't wait to get out there.
Personal.
Oh, it's a lot of personal, so don't worry about that part of it. But it's going to be a very good experience. I can't wait for it.
What's that environment going to be like for anyone? I mean, there's a lot of hype that it's the biggest crowd ever, etc. But what is it for you? That
So
you have it more
things in Athens, being in Athens, like you said, like they have a tough environment. Like it wouldn't be like how, of course, here, you know what I mean, thousands and thousands of fans. Like so, the juice is going to be a little different. But like Athens is a very, very good, you know what I mean, also like a great place to play at. So the fans will be there, they will be enjoying, you know what I mean, but they won't be against us, so they'll make their presence known.
So you're from Akron. Obviously, it's not that close to Athens, but are you gonna have some family come down and?
Yeah, most likely I'll have probably. We'll try to have as much family as we can get down there. My family like to come support. That's one big thing I love about my family's always there for me.
And why West Virginia when you did decide?
Just last year, it was a really hard decision. You know what I mean? I really wanted the best for Akron U. You know what I mean? Before I even left high school, that was the dream for me. You know what I mean? So leaving was really hard, but when we finally made that decision, we just wanted, you know what I mean, take this last year to really, you know what I mean, open our mind and try to reach our highest potential, you know what I mean? Like if there was something that I was missing just being at home with distractions and little things like that, we just wanted to, you know, try to get away from it. And then when it was a lot of reasons that ended up here at West V. I had a couple teams, like my teammate Devontae. He talked to me before I got here, you know what I mean, just explaining to coaches and things that he really liked. So talking to him, and then, you know what I mean, I met Fred Perry before I even, you know what I mean, signed or anything like that. So really got like a real close, good relationship with those two guys. And then when I met Coach Alley and his genius mind, if you really ever got to talk to Coach Alley, he's really a genius. So just, you know what I mean, like, it was just, and then like the facility, of course, like the lights and stuff like that was nice, but I don't know, I really felt like it was somewhere I needed to be, and then it was a bonus that it was like only 2 hours away from home, so but it just all felt right.
Coach Alley picked your brain.
Coach Alley and Genius, was there like a moment when he explained something or showed you something that you said, wow, I never thought of that before?
Just for me personally, like when we were sitting down in the room, just talking about how he see me fitting in his defense, and then like he was showing me players that he didn't had, you know what I mean, like, and the defense we're going to run, and I could like almost see the vision that he had for me personally, you know what I mean? So once you see a coach have a vision for you and how you could be used, I feel like it was like, you know what I mean, like with a different defense, you know what I mean, he got a lot of plays, a lot of different, like he'll sit there and draw up a play that he's, you know what I mean, that he's seen. He'll just draw it up himself, and then we're running in practice, he'd be like, yep, that looks about right. You know what I mean? He's type smart, so it was just crazy.
Has he picked your brain at all because of your situation, having played against OU, having been into that environment this week going into the game?
So no, he haven't talked to me yet, but he's so smart. Like everything I probably know, he know. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't been out there and played against him, but he didn't. He just sit there and study him to the point where he knows him pretty well. But knowing him, he'll probably still ask for a couple of opinions. You know what I mean? Things out there that we just seen, but he didn't get asked a couple of us. Fred Perry, a lot of us didn't play against Ohio U, so we all got a couple experience against them.
Relive some bad memories, but what did they do specifically that got you guys in those games that you guys?
So one thing for sure, that, you know what I mean, like they take their time team, you know what I mean? Their offensive coordinator will try to pick the best play versus the defense that he's seen. So one thing that we didn't do really well at Akron U was show them what we want to show them, you know what I mean? Like show them, just disguise, have a different picture for them. So, you know what I mean? That's just one big thing that we might do this week, you know what I mean, things like that to, you know what I mean, just mess up the vision for them, how the QB play the game instead of the offensive coordinator.
How does Coach Alley get across to you guys that every play in practice is the most important play?
So that's before Alley, Rich Rod would let us know that like the hard edge mentality is not a joke around here. That's one thing I've seen from the beginning, probably before I even came in. You know what I mean? Like they have the mentality that's really different. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I enjoy. I feel like Akron U, you have to have a different mentality too. It's little things around there we're not going to really talk about, but it's just a different mentality you have to have around here today. Every practice, every person, every rep, everything. You know what I mean? They're going to make sure you get coached really, you know what I mean, hard. If you need to, they'll just make sure that everybody, like, no one's bigger than the program. Everyone's going to get the same coaching, and every rep, you're not going to be able to take no reps off. They're going to be watching. There's enough people out there to watch you.
Your reasons for transferring, how big was winning?
It plays a part because, like you said, at Akron U, I didn't win much, you know what I mean? So went maybe 3-4 years, maybe won a total of 5 games max. So that was, you know what I mean, that was really probably crazy, you know what I mean. Tired of losing for sure. It gets to a point, you know what I mean, it does. But so that's why it would be a great, you know what I mean, with these Mountaineer fans, you know what I mean, this great team, just to be able to win and keep winning.
Why football, not basketball for you? Because you played basketball pretty well at a pretty good school too.
That's funny. Basketball was a dream of mine, of course, always growing up. But football was too. It was kind of like both of them. I just growing up. My mom actually made me and my family, like, it was a force to play football. Me and my brothers my brothers more didn't like it more than me, but it was just a little different. Football, when I got out there, started playing for a team, started playing for, you know what I mean, that support, it just felt different, like having a team chemistry game, like, you know, the brotherhood that you really find playing football. So it just makes it football really special. It's a different sport, a different feeling.
So you're not the biggest guy in the world, but your rep is a big hitter. Have you always had that? And how do you defy not being 210 and still being a big hitter?
So like I always been one of the people, like you said, like I knew that I was smaller. So as I played like little league and things like that, you would be lined up versus a kid, and you'd be like, "Wow, he's bigger than me." Like, and I was really small, but I had coaches, I have a coach who would tell you like, hey, I'm gonna bring the dog out of you was the words he used to use. And so I really had like coaches back in Akron that just really, you know what I mean, like will let you know that football is one of those, like when you become a man, like no one really cares. So I really take those messages personal because like life is crazy, life is, you know what I mean? So just being able to just play, I don't know, like resilient, you know what I mean? Not really having no fear out there. And I don't know, it just became who I am in life. You know what I mean? Really trusting God, obviously. And I know I'll be doing a lot of things through him. Thank you guys. You guys have a good one.